Thank you. Before I start, I'd just like to show you something. Here we go. I hope it works. We started this agency out of it was really just a passion, a passion for scripting, a passion for understanding messaging, but more importantly for narrative. We really, spent a lot of time, and money playing around. We didn't make a lot of money in our first 2 years. In fact, I think we put more money in than actually made. And the reason for that is when we decided to do it, we really decided to just follow what we loved. And, with that, we ended up creating some crazy things that didn't work, things that did work. But we allowed ourselves to learn, to experiment. And I think that's where the passion sat. And in the end, that's what made us excited about this industry. Today, I don't want to talk too much about etiquette. I actually want to talk about this. It's something that we've been working on for quite a while, that we've been playing with for quite a while. And the term face economy actually came from a whiskey moment. I was sitting across the table from Davy Root. He's one of our clients. And we were having a whiskey. And when you get into one of those debates around economics and politics and where it's all going, and I got into a heated debate with him where I said to him, it's all going to change, when you have one of those grand moments. And he said, what do you mean? So I said, well, if you look at everything that's happening around us, in terms of economics, in terms of politics, one thing's for sure is that we're moving from the sense of globalization right back to a sense of localization. And I know this sounds crazy, but I want to start off with a very practical example. This is a photograph of my family. The reason why I wanted to share this is my father's side of the family, my father there in the middle. And that's my grandfather. He's a builder. My uncle, who's a builder as well, and his son, who's also a builder. They're tradesmen. My father started his career as a mechanic, also a trade. And his other brother, a butcher. The reason why I wanted to show you this is because when we started Etiquette, we started it with a sense of craft, a sense of, beauty around making things. And a lot of that came from my family, even my grandmother, who's in many ways, a chef. What's also interesting is, you know, where my family comes from, and where they are currently. My grandparents are in this little town. It's in the middle here, Antas in Portugal. And what's interesting about this place is that it's like done the full circle. It's gone right back to the sense of local, meaning you know who the butcher is, you know who the baker is, and you buy your things from these people. And what was interesting for me is, you know, the sense of trade, the sense of being passionate about what you do with your hands is coming back in a big way. And I'm going to show you a few examples of that. And it's interesting that, you know, as marketers, how can we learn from this? How can we get excited about this? So what's ended up happening is literally a full circle. And what's important to understand is that this could and can only happen with technology. But what's also important to understand is this thing, Facebook, Twitter, you know, all these great new things, LinkedIn, are merely mechanisms to get us to be more local, understand people better, make things more transparent. And this is where it starts becoming interesting, because we now care about what you do and why you do it. And that's the fundamental difference. That's the thing that's going to start changing economies around the world. It's the thing that's going to start changing politics around the world. If you're not passionate about what you do and why you do it, no one else is going to be. And that, for me, was a tipping point. I'm going to start with another practical example. My fiancée started a blog called Made in Pretoria. Made in Pretoria is literally a blog where she expresses her passions. Her primary passion is fashion. So what she does, and you'll see she's on the right-hand side, the girl on the left-hand side is a ramp model. The blog is literally all about how you can recreate these things, you know, with very basic craft material. And it's amazing, because when she started this blog, in her first 2 weeks, she got massive following. And these people started following her from all around the world, sending her emails, trying to get in contact with her. One particular post caused a major stir. It was called the sock bun. And what it consisted of was literally an old sock over there. You cut the end off and you roll it into your hair, and voila, you have a sock bun. A very small thing, but what was interesting was the following that this thing got. In its first week, it had over 45,000 people viewing it. And that was interesting for me, because so many brands... Sorry. Ah, cool. Yeah, sorry, I'm all over the place, so... Does it work? Ah, great. Okay. So many brands, you know, really want to get results like this. And she's doing it with literally no budget. So, you know, what makes this possible? What makes this kind of thinking, you know, possible for bigger brands, for marketing?